Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of Defiant Jeep. Today we find ourselves in my garage again for another little project. I gotta admit, I love accessories. I'm like the schoolgirl at the mall. I just can't stay away from accessories. I love them, so I love to dress up my Jeep. So today we're gonna go and do a new project where we're gonna go ahead and add something that I was looking to do, or put off doing for a while. And I saw it on someone else's Jeep. I'm like, I'm gonna put them on. I have them. Let me just put them to use. Let's take a look at what I got. Let's go ahead and do an unboxing. Alrighty, without any further ado, let's unbox what we got here. Okay, first, we have some kind of jam nut. Of course, the hardware, 4 screws. And let's take a look at what we got. Let's put that down over there. Ooh, we got some tape. Let's go ahead and pop that. Any more tape? There's always tape. Ooh, this is a good one. I can work around this. There you go. I think I broke that enough. Let's just slide that off. We can go ahead and work around the center section. Oh, sorry about that. Neighbors are everywhere. And some of them are kind of rude. But we will forgive them, won't we? Let's just go ahead and undo this. A little bit on that right there. Alrighty, we just discovered who our rude neighbors are. So again, we're gonna go ahead and forgive them. So now what we're looking at today is the door hinge steps for the side of your Jeep JK or JL. And this is a real simple design, easy to install. The nice part about this is that the flap actually comes down as a step. And you can tell right here that it is textured for good grip on your shoe or workwear, whatever you happen to have at that time. So now, let's go ahead and take a look at the front of the Jeep and let's see where we're gonna mount them. Alrighty, so now we're all set. Now let's take a look at what we're gonna do here. We're gonna go ahead and remove these 4 hinge screws. We're gonna replace the whole assembly just over here. And then we're going to replace these screws with the screws that were provided by the manufacturer. Now this is a door hinge step by Hook Road. And this is what we're going to do. But first, let me show you what I've gathered. These are real simple tools. I've gathered my 3/8 ratchet with a 3-inch extension and a T50 Torx bit. I've gathered a little pick for a reason that's going to help me line up the screws. Is what's going on back here. So when you take these 2 screws out, there's another plate behind there and it jiggles loose. So as you're trying to settle in the screw, the pick helps to line up the holes. Alrighty. And of course, the new screws, they fit a 5mm Allen wrench. Now you need to be very careful with these. These screws that were provided are aluminum. So you're gonna want to take extra care when you're tightening these up or winding them in. Let's go ahead and get started. So what I'm going to do, actually, let me not use the 3-inch extension. Even though the leverage is good, I found working on the other side of the Jeep that without the extension I get more leverage and I can actually pull on it better. But that's me. You're going to work the way it works best for you. So we're going to start here. We're in. Ooh, and that's a good snap. Now, if you hear that snap, that's actually pretty normal. The reason being is when they painted the hinge and the heads of these screws, all the paint seized around it, creating another seal. So if it snaps like that, don't fret, it's normal. Or as I tell my wife, you're gonna be all right. Ooh, almost got some good on it. There we go. Well, I definitely scratched up the doo-doo out of that paint. And we're just gonna give it a little winding, get it maybe about halfway out. The rest I'm sure we can do it by hand, and that's when we're going to take advantage of that 3-inch extension. If I can get that in there. Okay. And I hope this goes without saying, please keep your door closed. This is going to help you keep everything lined up, the holes with the hinges and the door jamb itself. So yeah, please make sure your door's closed. Don't try and do this with the door open. Believe me, it's going to fall. It's going to ruin your day. You're going to dent your door, possibly even break your glass. All right, now with my 3-inch extension, I'm going to try and wind these out by hand. One. Now, before moving any further, I'm going to introduce my daughter Yanni. She's helping me out with the camera today, and I'm very thankful for that. Now, what I'm going to ask her to do is try and get a close up in this area right here. Now, what you see is this plate. That is where the bolts get threaded, and as you can see, this little plate back here is what's loose. So sometimes they move out of place. That's why you're going to use this pick to help you center your bolt screws or your bolt holes. See this? You want to be careful with that. Let's put that back in there. Let me go ahead and grab the other screws and we'll get this knocked out. That's a tight one. Oh my goodness. Let's grab that ratchet. Put that back in there. I'll keep the extension on this time. Yeah, got a little tight, but that's all right. It's probably because it's so dry. You can actually see on the threads of the bolt itself, it is a bit rusty, and that's because of the humidity. Or the humidity with this vehicle was a Florida Jeep. Here in Las Vegas, we don't have that issue. But this is the conditional effect of where it was. And that's okay. All right, so now at this time we are ready to go and install the step. And this is a simple design. After it's bolted on, you can just fold down the step. Right here, you're gonna have a threaded hole with the jam that's gonna go to keep this from flopping out. All right, so let's go ahead and mount this up. Now keep in mind, as a reminder, I said that these are aluminum screws. Best practice, or best idea of practice, is wind these in as far as you can by hand. Don't use a ratchet, anything powered, anything pneumatic. Or please don't try and use a drill. Oh my God! What's going to happen is you're going to thread out that plate that's threaded out. It's going to get stripped, and it's going to slow your day down. You can go ahead and re-tap it, but it is going to slow your day down. So if you go ahead and do everything by hand down to where it seats, you'll be fine. And I see that I went ahead and I moved it. That's where the pick comes into place here. Cool. That should line up. All right, we're gonna let that hang there for a second. Let's grab another screw. Alrighty, so they are in place. Let's grab the other two. We're gonna get these started. We don't want to bottom them out just yet because we want to allow a lot of play, because these do have a 60-degree conical seat. So you want them to go in kind of like you're looking at. It's a little at a time until you tighten them all up together. All right, and usually about 5 windings is enough where you feel comfortable. And again, without using any power tools, still doing it by hand, I'm going to use this 5mm Allen wrench. And I'm getting it down to where it just starts to mate with the cone. It's not even pressed in yet. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make sure that the screw goes in without an issue. Everything's able to bottom out without seizing, without cross threading, and of course without having to create any extra work like re-threading or tapping. Alright, actually feels pretty good. Cool. Alrighty, now for the fun part. You gotta act like a man and put some force behind it. Now, of course, you're gonna want to be a little extra patient. You know, you do have this mirror in your way, which is all right. You know it's gonna be there. It's the front door. But unlike the rear doors, you just have more obstruction. That should be good right there. All right, 2 more. And of course, while you're in there and you have all the assembly taken apart, do yourself a favor and clean off all the debris, any little bits of dirt. While it's open, clean it up. Nothing wrong with keeping it like that. It prevents extra corrosion. And of course, all these parts will last you longer. There we go. Almost done. Now that we have the 4 set screws in place, this is actually complete as far as the installation. All we have now left is this jam nut to keep this from flopping down during traffic. It may seem cool in the movies, but it's not cool in real life. Very simple design. So when you're going to use this, just take the jam nut out and unfold the step. It's just that easy. And there you have it. 4 door hinge steps installed in a matter of minutes. This is my grandson Wyatt. This boy came to visit me all the way from Tennessee. Alrighty, I'm sorry. Yeah, there you have it. 4 hinge steps installed in a matter of minutes, just using hand tools. I can do it. I know you can do it. Make your Jeep your own. Be proud of it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. Click that little bell. Please, if you can have as many people as you can subscribe, we'd love to have you with us. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. And don't forget to join us at Desert Wranglers Club. We'd love to see you there. Have a great day.